How did you learn how to direct?
Well, besides the technical part of going to film school and learning the traditional coverage and the dynamics of a scene, I learned how to direct by being a soccer referee. And it's because when I was a kid, I played soccer, and then I started being a soccer referee, and I was on the field and I was good at it because you had to learn how to make quick decisions. Once you blew your whistle, the game stopped. And when the game stopped, you had to talk. You had to say why the game stopped. And when the game stops, you have to make a decision as to which direction the game's going to go in. Whether it's a kick, whether it's a foul, whatever. And you have to have a reason behind it. And people have to understand your reason for stopping the game. And as corny as that sounds, that is very similar to being on set and when you stop, when you cut, and you have to go again, that for some reason, that dynamic transition to being on set and learning how to make quick decisions and have a reason for why I'm stopping and starting. For me, that's what it was. I'm sure no other filmmaker on the face of the earth will tell you that's how they learned how to direct. But for me, that's just where I drew it from. Stopping and starting, having a reason, and being able to articulate it fast and have there be meaning behind it. That's it.
And also, yeah, the meaning, so not doubting yourself where you're wavering and then...
Right, because as a referee, you're not always going to make the right call. But if you do it well enough, the game's going to continue to go on, no matter what. And if you get good at it, you're going to make the right call more than the wrong call. And that's how I view filmmaking, with directing. You know, you're not going to always give an actor the best note. You're going to give them the wrong note. But more times than none, I'm going to give the correct note. And if not, I can live with that. But when someone else comes into my territory who doesn't have, you know, whether it's a producer or another actor trying to direct another actor, I don't like that, you know. If I'm going to make a mistake and I'm going to botch a scene, let it be on me. And, you know, and a lot of people can't direct because they don't know how to make a decision. And that applies probably to a lot of people's daily lives, you know. What do you want? I mean, they're uncomfortable making a decision that's going to affect a lot of people. And I think some people naturally have that skill and some people don't. It's just being a leader. You know, you're either a leader or you're not. And directors have to be leaders.
How do you block out, and this is going to be a weird question, external stimuli? Because you know how there's like tons of stuff coming at you. Maybe it's a crowd scene. Maybe you have like 5 minutes left. How are you blocking out all these different other factors that are coming at you and making sure that that one laser thing that you're looking at is right?
Well, I think you just through practice. I think that's a skill that you acquire through doing it a lot. I think you have to do it a lot. I think that's how actors who work a lot become good. They become better because they learn how to focus and they learn how to get themselves in the right frame of mind. You know, their kid could have just like gotten bullied at school that morning and now he's got to show up on set and do something else. You know, they figure out, it's a skill. And I think a director develops that skill too, as far as figuring out what the goal of the scene. Every scene, every moment has a goal. There's a purpose. And if you can figure out, okay, let's just figure out this purpose, take a deep breath, just, you know, we'll get there, and not get too worked up over it, I guess.
This is a weird question, but are you an extrovert or an introvert?
I don't know, because sometimes I'm a homebody. I don't go out a lot. I don't, you know, I don't go to parties. I don't go to bars. I'm just I like my own company. A lot of times because I'm in my own head. But in the right circumstance, I like to be around people. You have to if you're going to tell stories. Otherwise, you're just going to, you know.
Well, also, too, to command the respect of people working around you. So I think how do you get out of your own head for others that are in the same situation? How do you, in those moments where you have to be on, and you have to make those split decisions and have authority and tell people what to do, how do you, when you're more like apt to be reclusive?
You
fake it.
You have to. I mean, in that point, you are doing a job, and you're assuming you're doing the role of a director. Hey, directing's hard. Being a filmmaker is hard. It's not all about being creative and making your movie. It's about being a leader, being able to communicate, being able to tell people what to do, listen to what they want to do, collaboration, and being a businessman. If you don't want the whole ball, if you don't want the whole ball game, then, you know, don't do it. It's not all about just being creative and being in your own head. You know, same with acting. Actors go through a tremendous amount of like press stuff and playing the game and meeting people and having to fake it, and they do a ton of that. It's not all about being in a character and getting to be creative and playing and being on stage. They got to do all this stuff and play the game and be a businessman, and you know, so.